Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone from around the world. It's another episode of Inside Curling with me, Jungle Jim Jerome, and the one and only Kevin Martin, Olympic champion, 2010, Vancouver. I was there, up in the stands, cheering on. It was great. Greatest experience of my life, actually, watching the Olympics live. And Kev, we're halfway through, I guess, getting there halfway through. It's this is Saturday evening to give our daily update that we've been doing, as we've been doing each and every day during the games. And, it was fairly straightforward. The mixed doubles, win, lose, cover the round robin, get your expertise on all of it, Kev. Good stuff. And the men's and women's, not as straightforward, Kev. Okay, not as straightforward as we thought. How you doing, Martino?
Oh, doing good. But it's been busy, Jimmy. Yeah. It's been busy.
Yeah, no kidding. I watched Rachel today be up 4-0 at one point during a game. You tell us the rest of the story.
4-0, playing 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything's looking good, no problem at all, until all of a sudden she gives 4.
Right.
And then Switzerland ended up going an extra end, but Switzerland had the hammer, and Rachel made a nice hit and roll to the side of the button, but Alina Petz doesn't miss very often and drew the button.
Yeah.
And losing another one. So that puts Canada to 1 win, 3 losses.
Yikes.
Unreal. Yeah, we would never have thought that.
No, unpredictable for sure. Give us the rest of the update, Kev, on the women's side.
On the women's side, well, you got Sweden just purring along at 4-0, having no trouble. Switzerland now with that win over Canada is at 3-1. They did drop 1 game, but they're still fine, cruising along. U.S. big story there. They've played some tough games. They've played Japan today. They have played Sweden, who they lost to. And they have played Canada, who they beat, and they played South Korea, who they beat. So they've played some really tough teams, and they're sitting at 3-1. Mm-hmm. And then you've got China playing really good at 2-1, Denmark 2-2, and South Korea at 2-2. So that's kind of where it sits. Great Britain beat Canada, but that's the only win they've got.
Yeah.
And then Canada at 1-3. Japan played pretty good today against the U.S., but just didn't win. They're at 1-3, and then Italy they have not won a game. They're at 0-4.
Wow, isn't that too bad? Yeah, isn't that too bad?
Yeah, tough for the home team when you're not winning, but the men are doing okay from Italy.
Okay.
But the women, yeah. But the big story is obviously Rachel at 1-3, because 7-2, you're safe. We've talked about this. We're going to keep saying it. 7-2, you're safe.
Yeah.
6-3. You might need some help with the tiebreaker scenario. There are no tiebreakers,
right? But
with the draw to the button and all that.
Yes.
At 3 losses, there is an outside chance, if all the math works, that 5-4 could get in as a mess. But I wouldn't bet on that.
Right.
But 6-3, you could be okay. 7-2 is always the goal. Rachel can't make that goal because she's already lost 3. So it's cliffhanging time.
Yeah.
You cannot afford to lose another game.
Well, that's what you said at the start. About a 9-game round robin. That 7-2 usually ices it for you. That you're in the playoffs.
Yep.
I'm going to go with this. Let's see what happens after the next game. And then the game after that. And then the game after
we'll just
that.
have to. And we'll keep covering it. It's just amazing that you get up 4-0. That team up 4-0 should never lose. So it's just, Olympic pressure. It's different. The ice is great, though. Like, the ice is fantastic. Good speed, lots of curl, lots of shots being made. So it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Why they're having trouble.
The scoreboard looked, after Rachel did give up 4 after leading 4-0 through 4 ends. I watched the whole game. The score was like, okay, we'll stop. Forget everything that's happened. You're tied here. They're bouncing back and forth, right, for the final end, 7-8. After Switzerland regroups and scores 4, goes up 7-6, I guess. They go 7-all. They go to extra.
And then force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the score looks okay, but I got to admit, Kev, they looked, Switzerland looked better. Like in the last, Canada to me seemed like they were playing from behind the 8 ball all the time, that they just sort of never, I don't know, just the feeling I had looking at them. The momentum, Kev, seemed to be with Switzerland the whole time. They didn't, Emma Miskew fired one through the house there. She hit the hole where she was trying to, and then it rolled out, and it seemed like a oof,
Yeah. Well, up 4-0 though, still you should not lose the curling game.
Right.
Especially after 3. So that's quite a ways into the game. So, but anyway, it is what it is, Jim. Yep. It's 1-3, and so Canada needs no difference than if we go to the men's side with Nick Edin.
Yep, let's do it.
He's in the same boat. They have to win out. They're 1-3. They can't afford to lose any more games. They did win the last one that they just played. They just beat China 6-4.
Yep.
So that gave them their first win, but they've got a lot of tough teams to play yet, and they can't afford to lose any more games. So they've really got to step up their game as well.
Yeah, and every other team, like on the women's, we'll get to give us more of the men's. Every other team on the women's, where you see that Canada has had 3 losses, so now all those other teams are going, okay, so all these teams are tough now. There's three of them that just knocked off the big C, the Homan train, so this will be great. This will be down to the wire, no doubt about it.
I think it'll be down to the wire. She's a tough competitor. She's not going to give up. Nick Edin, tough competitor. Those teams don't give up, so expect some really exciting stuff coming down the stretch.
Yeah. Break the men's down for us, Kev, the rest of it.
Well, the team to talk about right now is Switzerland. They're firing on all cylinders, playing great. So they're the ones. They're 4-0, undefeated, cruising along. Canada's doing fine. They just lost a game. Obviously, we heard about that. They lost to Switzerland, but Switzerland's the front runner right now. So Canada losing that's not a huge surprise, but they did. So they're at 3-1. Mowat 3-1, curling fine. No worries there. Italy, they're at 2-1. Doing good. They'll play a few extra games here, but that's exciting for the crowd. Crowd's into it big time, of course.
Yep.
Norway 2-1. Germany losing to the U.S. this morning, but U.S. got 4 in the first end. Same thing. They're up 4 and hung on, 2 up going home, and ran them out of rocks. So that was a big win for the U.S.
Yeah.
Over Norway. So
the
that
young
put
team from the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah. Daniel Casper. Yeah, that put them at 2-2. So that win tied them with Germany. So now that's a big deal too, because of course win-loss matters.
Yep.
And who you beat. So Norway's at 2-1.
Yep.
And then 2 tied at 2-2. Sweden at 1-3, and then China and Czechia have not won a game yet.
They haven't won yet. Okay.
But the big story is Switzerland, I think.
Yes.
Canada's doing fine. Mowat's doing fine. I don't think there's much of a story there, other than the obvious story, we'll get into in a little bit. Italy, though, 1 loss. They're currently really good. So that's somebody to watch for that 4th spot.
Yeah.
But also watch out for the U.S. They're young and they're good, and they were nervous to start, but they're coming around. Casper's team, Luc Violette at 3rd, was not comfortable the first 3 games. He just wasn't. But played really good against Germany, and so let's see what happens tomorrow, because they're coming along.
Kev, that's the honey badger you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
We promised
Luc Violette.
Yeah.
Yes. We had we were talking about him on a podcast. Oh, not too long ago, a couple months ago, I guess now.
Yeah, we had Casper on and one of his other teammates, and we're just bumping along doing the interview, and then all of a sudden they say, we got to tell you about the honey badger, and so we were laughing our head off. So we did promise we'll get him on. Yeah. So we'll post Olympics at some show. We'll get him on.
We will.
Yeah.
We promise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll get him on. I couldn't help but read a bunch of fallout from the deal yesterday with Mark Kennedy. The video going viral would be an understatement. But there's no doubt what went on. No doubt what went on. It was clear as a bell. And there's a few takeaways from it, that certainly people had from it. And I got my own takeaways from it. And one thing, Kev, is, you made the point yesterday. Let's understand what situation was going on in the game. Was it gamesmanship? How they did it? Was it wrong? Should they gone the official, et cetera, all that jazz. If you didn't hear what happened, Oscar Eriksson from Sweden, Kev, accuses Mark Kennedy of double tapping his rock on delivery over the hog line, yada, yada. Mark is floored. Okay, Mark is completely floored by it. Check the video out if you haven't. And he tells him where to go. You can, F off, is what he told him. And he told him a few times. And then he gave him a hard time, Kev, saying, "What's with you dancing around in the house while I'm delivering my rock," or something, Mark said.
Well, that's just, the guys are fighting at that point.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of, what I do appreciate. I'm just going to let you know what World Curling did, because I think they handled it very, very well. From the event side of things. The release that was sent out today, they talked about video replay, that's not used.
Okay.
World Curling does not currently use video replay. So that's
starters,
not,
yep.
Because we've read lots of people saying, well, just use a video replay. That's not done. That's not done at this time. Okay.
Okay.
Delivery violations. Game umpires, they're situated each end, so they're not able to see because you're at the end.
Okay.
But if there's anybody, like in the case of Oscar Eriksson, that says, "Hey, I think there's something wrong with the way Mark Kennedy's throwing the rock," and so then for 3 ends, it says, game umpires are positioned to observe the delivery for 3 ends. During this period, in the Friday evening game, there were no violations recorded.
Okay.
When delivering a stone before the hog line, players can retouch the handle as many times as they want, as long as you let it go before the hog line.
Okay.
That's rule R5E that states a stone must be clearly released from the hand before it reaches the hog line at the delivery end. If the player fails to do so, the stone is immediately removed from play by the delivering team.
They stopped the stones, Kev? They would
It's replaced.
Okay.
It's gone. As per rule R5D, the curling stone must be delivered using the handle of the stone. Violation of this rule will result in the stone being removed from play. Now, that's really straightforward.
Yeah.
It is not possible for World Curling to have game umpires positioned at all the hog lines. However, beginning with the Saturday, February 14 afternoon session, 2 officials will be between all 4 sheets to observe deliveries. Okay, so they dealt with that. That's great. Wonderful. Inappropriate behavior. This was the language.
Yeah.
Well, it's important.
Okay.
Following the Friday evening session, World Curling spoke with the Canadian officials to issue a verbal warning regarding the language used by a Canadian men's player during the game. During that meeting, it was made clear to these officials that further inappropriate behavior determined by Rule R19 would result in additional sanctions. Rule R19 states, improper conduct, foul or offensive language, equipment abuse, willful damage on the part of any team member is prohibited. Any violation may result in suspension of the offending person by the curling organization having jurisdiction. That was a statement today. I think that's clear. That is clear. So that's good. It's important that if there are rules, that they need to be umpired. You need to have the umpire involved. It's important. You don't want to have the 2 athletes fighting it out on the sheet. You need to have one athlete go to the officials handle it, and if there is subsequent violations, then the rock will be removed or whatever the case may be. But you don't want the players doing it. That's the point. You want the officials to do it.
Yeah, here's a couple of things. First of all, it never happens in curling. Okay, never. It happened yesterday, and I
This type of stuff.
yes, never.
Oh yeah, no, it's very very uncommon.
Very
It is a
uncommon,
gentleman's. It's a gentleman's game. Always has been, and hopefully always will be.
Right. Now, if you look at all other sports, okay, F-bombs and yelling and screaming at the refs, and it happens all game long. All game long. I've been, I watched a basketball game on the floor. I was lucky to watch the Lakers one time. It's crazy the abuse that the players are giving the refs. In baseball, it happens. In football, it happens. So part of me is like, okay, well, take it easy. Okay, take it easy. It's not the end of the world here. He snapped. If I know Mark Kennedy, he would be apologizing. I don't know if I know Mark after said.
We haven't had a chance to talk.
We haven't had a chance to talk to him. I didn't bother texting him either. He's probably got a million.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, none of that.
Not the right time. Not the right time.
No. The other thing, Kev, that you spoke about yesterday is, does Oscar Eriksson do that if they're up 4 or 5? If they're up 3, if they're up 2,
that's what we've certainly read lots of that too.
Yeah,
on all kinds of things, and we can speculate all we want with that kind of stuff. But the bottom line is that Oscar honestly believed something wasn't right. Mark honestly believed that it wasn't correct, and the umpires need to get involved, and now they are. World Curling has handled it, and I read the statement, so that's really good. They stepped in and they dealt with it, which is wonderful. Which
you don't often see in other sports. So they do a good thing, saying, okay, we got to deal with this. It happened. We got to respond to it. They didn't not respond. They didn't go to a neutral corner or something and all that. And they made it clear. They made it clear. If you swear, you're going to be suspended, right? So, or get a warning first. or whatever.
Be careful with that. But in the end, for sure,
it's going to be trouble. It's going to be trouble if you swear. So particularly at another person. At an opponent.
I've never seen anything like it, and I've been kicking around curling now at the highest levels for around 40. Well, almost 45 years, I guess. Gee whiz, that's a long time. I'm going to cut that down. I'm going to lie. I'm going to say 25 years.
So you don't want to age yourself there, Martino.
Exactly. Wait a minute. I can't be telling the truth about that. But anyway, it's been that long, and I just never seen anything like it. But you know what? That's the fun of sports. Everybody's on edge because it's so important to the players, the athletes, the coaches, the fans, everybody. And sometimes, people lose their temper.
I just went to our research department, Kev, for our show.
Mm-hmm.
Got an update on the Mark Kennedy when we said that he probably will apologize. He did apologize to young fans on social media for his language. So Mike looked that up, and good for him. Yeah, good for him.
Great. I did not know that, so thank you, Jim.
Good for him. Anyway, let's see what happens with it all down the road. The other thing is, a couple hours ago, I heard from Mike that one of our posts on the incident between Mark Kennedy and Oscar hit 200,000 views. Okay. So
I think that was a few hours ago now, Jim. I think you're behind.
Yeah, I bet I am. I am. I don't know if I have an update on it, but people love the juice, man.
Mike's coming back in, but I think, Mike, didn't the one clip actually just surpass 1 million views? Yeah. Yeah, it's 1 million, Jim. You're just a smidgen off. 200,000, 1 million. What's the difference? But anyway, that clip, the one you're talking about, Jim, that was actually views. That's not impressions. That's actually individuals. So that's pretty massive for Inside Curling.
Yeah, good. Yes. Way to go. Credit to the fans for participating, jumping in, and having a look at all that stuff. And I'm sure there'll be more coming through the balance of the competition. And
well, there's always lots of interesting stuff. It wasn't just the Mark Kennedy stuff. Rachel Homan, people were wondering if she'd lose the game. But all of a sudden, here you are, and Nicodine wondering, well, are they going to win another gold medal? Well, here they are, like 1 and 3, both of them, and like those are big stories. You're talking the Olympic Games here, So what we're doing is bringing information to the masses and from the inside of the game, and I hope everybody appreciates it because we sure like bringing it to everybody.
Yeah. You know what we're saying? There's always upsets, right? There's always something that doesn't go the way everyone predicts it's going to go, the way everyone would bet on.
Yeah, but Nika Dean and Rachel Homan?
Yeah, there's an overwhelming favorite, for example. Yeah, right. Nika Dean, Rachel Homan. There was an overwhelming favorite in the men's skating. I think the guy's name was Mandini. I forget where he's from. Might be the States. Might be the States. Was supposed to mop the floor in his final program. He fell 4 times. Okay, 4 times. This is the guy who's supposed to win the gold. Like, no, you know.
Olympic pressure is different.
Yeah.
It's just, I tried to, what was that, Jim? A few days ago, I tried to explain the difference between going to a world championship or a Brier or a players championship, one of my favorite events, or an Olympics. There's nothing like an Olympics. If you haven't played in it, it's amazing what it does to your body and your mind, and it's incredible pressure that you just can't imagine in your life until you experience it.
Yep. Thanks to the guy who gave me the shot, the dig, the other day when I said, not only are we the official podcast of World Curling, it's a really good website. Okay. And
you finally got to the website after 6 years.
I went through the thing. I said, this thing is unbelievable, particularly if you're a host of a curling show, It sounds like the way I was lauding it. It was like, oh, they must have just started their website, Jim, because you. No. It's been around ever since I've been doing the podcast. So I.
Yes.
And it'll be no exception if you go to the website now and find out. I suspect that all the rules there, Kev, would be on there, and their response to the Kennedy Erickson thing.
Yes.
Check out World Curling. Thank you to them for making us the official podcast, and thank you to Goldline, Kev. They've been with us the whole way with all the stupid things I say. They've hung in there. They're still with us.
And you get merch.
Yes.
So not only that, but they look after you too, which is wonderful.
They're an equal opportunity supporter. They'll even support dumb people. Okay. Kev, good stuff, man. What's your sked? What are you doing now? You've been getting up at 1 and 4,
it was a busy day today. Covered the two U.S. games today, and all the other games too. And in the studio on CNBC, and I just got back and I'm still just wearing my stuff that I just came from the studio, and I'll get to bed here. What time is it? 6:30 in on the East Coast, and get to bed here pretty quick, and get up early and do her again tomorrow, and have more fun, Jim.
Yeah. Give us hey Kev, when you're there one day, give us a scan. Take a video. I want a scan of that NBC compound. You said it's just like it's just like gargantuan. They're handling obviously everything. A bunch of stuff comes out of that.
And the Super Bowl.
And the Super Bowl on the Sunday.
Not the game, obviously, but they run it out of there too.
Pace off that building, Kev. I want you to start to walk from one end to the other. Yeah, and tell us. So.
I'll try to do that. Yeah, I'll do the math and try to figure out how big that place is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and I was saying to you yesterday at the end of the show, might have been off air. I said, Kev, how many people are there? You said, Jim, I don't know.
It's thousands. For sure.
Yeah,
I just don't know how many. I don't have any idea.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of people there. Typical of Kevin Martino. You went, I'll tell you one thing, Jim, I know. The soup is really good.
Oh, I had loaded potato today.
Okay.
Loaded potato bacon today.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, it was good. They had all 3 good ones though. They had I forget, some kind of a noodle one, and then they also had a chili that looked awesome. But I went with the loaded potato bacon today. It was tremendous. It was a 10 out of 10. If it wasn't so thick, I would have had 2 bowls, but it was there you go. Delicious.
The highlight of the NBC studios. Listen, make sure you're ready. The sked. Kev, do we know the sked when Canada plays next? I don't know if you have it in front of you when their next game goes. I want to tune in because maybe there'll be throat punching. Eh? Maybe
you want the men's or the women's? What are you looking for?
Men's. I want men's. Maybe there'll be a little tackling while the guy's delivering the stone. Something like that. We've got the wicked research department. That's our boy Mike. When I'm talking about how big it is. NBC is hosting the Super Bowl, the Winter Olympics, and the NBA All-Star Game all within the next 16 games. We forgot about the NBA All-Star
16 days.
Or 16 days, yeah. 700 employees in San Francisco. 1,600 at the headquarters for the Olympics. 1,000 on the ground in Italy. And 250 in L.A. for the All-Star Game. There's nearly $2 billion, Kev, dollars in ad revenue.
Yeah,
Well,
I know nothing about any of that.
I say, what? What?
Yeah. Yep.
$2 billion in revenue. Are they charging you for the soup, Kev? Way to go, NBC. Way to bring it, man. Just a gargantuan affair. Sorry, Kev, I was asking you at the sked.
So February 15th, that's the next Canadian game. They play China.
Yep.
And that's 7 o'clock local. So that's 1 o'clock Eastern. So that's 11 o'clock Mountain in the morning.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's the 15th. So that's tomorrow. And then Czechia on the 16th. Mowat on the 17th. Circle that one.
Yeah.
Mowat on the 17th. And then Italy, back-to-back, Mowat, Italy. Wow. So lots of work to be done.
Yep.
For Team Canada on the men's side. And for Rachel, she just got done playing Switzerland. So now her next game is against China. That's a tough game. They're good. And then up against Japan. And then Sweden, the Borg. So that's Rachel's next 3 games.
Yep, big action.
Big action, yep. And they need to keep winning. There's no two ways about it.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We do it each and every evening at the end of the competition, at the games. Lots more to go. Don't forget, it's a 9-game round robin, and they've only played 4 maximum.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
We're just getting rolling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's just lots of sideline stories that don't always happen. So we've got lots to talk about, lots to fill everybody in with, and we'll keep doing it.
Right on. Okay, Martino, go back to doing what you're doing. You can probably, like I said, you can probably walk. You can probably sleep standing up. You know, grab
Yeah, we'll feel good tomorrow.
Yeah,
we'll
right.
feel good tomorrow. Yep.
We'll just prop you up in the stand when you're doing the color. Just put a 2x4 up against your back when you're near the end of the week. So take it easy, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow with another update show from the games. You've been listening to Inside Curling. See ya, Kev.
You bet. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, everybody.